Really? Can I
We're
swear?
live.
Am I allowed to swear on this?
You can say whatever you like. There are no rules other than the fact that you have to answer my questions.
Really? We're on the internet.
We're on the
So
internet.
I could say ass if I wanted to.
Yes, you could say ass. Is that the best you can come up with?
No, but we just started. I'll
All
uh
right.
I'll end with I'll end with a bigger swear.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Rob Kettner,
Hi.
hi. Thanks for being here
Hi.
for our Friday Coffee Friends. We are on number 10.
Ooh, lucky number 10.
Lucky number 10, and we're here to talk about coffee community and green toques. Yeah, this was planned. So some warm-up
It's
questions.
gonna go
Does that sound
rushing.
good?
It's killing me. There's your toque. It sounds great. Let's talk.
Cool. Okay, first question. AeroPress or V60?
Uh, ooh, toughie. Uh, B60.
V60. Ben or Jeremy?
Like, which one I'd rather sleep with, or which one I enjoy beating more? What are you asking?
Oh, you just have to pick one.
Uh, well, probably I'll say Jeremy just because everyone's, Ben's everybody's best friend right now, so I'll go Jeremy.
Okay, Vancouver or Victoria?
Oh, Victoria. Not even close.
That's an easy one.
Easy one there.
Right. So, tell me where you are working and what are you doing
Wait,
for
you didn't.
your.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. My name is Rob. I own a little cafe called Hey Happy in Victoria, and I my time's taken up by that. My just kind of spent a lot of time beating my staff, and
With a stick?
uh, no, I use more of like it's kind of like a hammer looking device, just because it's got the claws on one end. So sometimes
Right?
I like to claw them. Sometimes I like just to sort of bludgeon them with
Just to
the,
backhand them? Or like
yeah, like a scrape along the face with the back
pleasant.
claws. Yeah.
So I was watching a video
Oh yeah.
from your competition.
Oh shoot.
Is it
Which one?
2011?
Which one did you? What did you watch? What competition?
I think it was just an interview
Oh, okay, just an
after
interview.
you had won the Canadians.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so it was talking about going to, is it Coffee Collective, I think. And you said, one of the things that you gain from the experience is like how to get customers on board in 5 minutes and be interesting or like be able to engage them about coffee.
Right.
What would you say is like the best way to do that?
Engage someone about coffee?
Hmm.
Um, oh, you'd think I'd you'd think I'd answer that one pretty well since you know, I run a cafe, but I don't know, we just try and give people really good coffee and put it in front of them and let them kind of experience it for themselves, especially those people that maybe haven't tried the type of coffee that we brew. So, I guess there's a time for talking and then there's a time for just experiencing. And it's tough to tell what somebody wants right off the top, but if somebody comes and asks a question, then they want to be engaged, and then it's a good time to sort of start to talk to them. Otherwise, they just like to find out kind of what they like to drink, what they're maybe used to drinking in coffee, and if it's something that's kind of different than what we do, what's going to be the best coffee that's going to kind of bridge the gap for them and maybe get them to enjoy sort of what we do? Does that
That's
work?
great.
Yeah.
So just kind of understanding the customer and
There's so much
what maybe they're
intuition.
looking at.
There's so much
Yeah.
intuition that goes into being a really really good barista or a really good service person. I think whether it's a bartender, a server, or a barista, or anyone who's working in the service industry, you've got to have a pretty good, you've got to be able to be pretty intuitive, I think, and make some pretty quick sort of estimations on your customer. You know.
Hmm. Right. And so, like, I mean, you guys are out in Victoria,
Mm.
and I feel like there's a lot of cafes
Uh.
here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
As far as coffee community, how can we engage people on the island? I mean, I'm new to Vancouver as well, so I mean, is there like a friendly relationship with people on the island in Vancouver, or you guys
You
kind of see
mean
yourselves as like your own
between
entity?
between shops and roasters? Is there a community? Yeah, for sure there is. There's a big community, definitely, I think, among baristas and people that work at the cafes. I think once you start to get to the ownership level, I mean, it's a little more competitive. I think that's just natural, and I think a lot of owners of roasters, cafes, coffee shops, restaurants, whatever, um, it is nice to have a community. It's nice to be friendly with each other. A couple of my very best friends are in the business and run their own businesses, and we're very friendly. But we were friends beforehand, And then there's some people that I don't really talk to, and it's competition is high, and sometimes it brings out the best, and sometimes it brings out the worst in people. How do you create a community? Um, well, we all want coffee to work. We all want coffee to survive at the level that we're doing it. So, it does actually help when there's more people doing it. And then, the public gets a bit of a better understanding and catches on a little quicker. And I think that's when you raise the sophistication level of the area that you're in. So it's hard to get other owners to necessarily, buy into that. But the ones that do, it works. It works really nice for sure.
Right, yeah. And so what would we offer as a community that maybe you could that you would see value in as a cafe owner?
Um,
Like why would anybody want to be part of the community?
well, I mean, quality increase for sure, right? I mean, is and trading, and not necessarily like trading the tricks that are up your sleeve or the secrets or what you might be working on that's different. Um, you know, I think it's the fundamentals, and I think it's like the basic understanding of what we're doing, and kind of here's the basics about coffee, and here's why we clean our grinders every single night. Here's why everything's in tip top. Here's why we put this here. Here's why we put this here. Here's why we walk around this way. Here's why this person does this and this person does that. And I mean, there's things that work and there's things that don't work. And if you can bounce that off somebody who's in the same position as you, it's only going to make you better, and that's going to make a stronger coffee community in your area. So
Right.
the whole local thing is just so hugely important for anything, definitely at the level that we're doing coffee, or at the level that somebody might be doing food,
Hmm.
or beer or wine or spirits or whatever.
The enjoyment of the finer things.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. I mean, you got to support your local businesses, and then they support you, and
Right.
that's how you create a community. I get my
Absolutely.
I get my meat from the local butcher who owns a local abattoir. I go eat at my favorite farm to table restaurant down the
Yeah.
street from us, and then I buy my clothes from the guys next door, and they come and buy coffee
Right.
from me, and my friends come and get coffee from me, and
Yeah.
then people who look up to us for answers as to where to get these good things. We have this community established
I love
between
that.
us,
Yeah.
and that's how it works.
there's an organization here about Loco BC or something, and
Right.
there's stats that say that, when you spend within your community to support local businesses, it keeps funds and, like, well, within the community, and grows that, as opposed to like spending at the big box stores and things like that, like, so,
There's
in order to
so many
flourish, I think we need to
reasons
support
why. Yeah.
our local businesses. And I think one of the things I was going to say is, like, uh, Peter Giuliano had written something related to Paris, but um, as far as coffee goes, he's saying, like, when we coffee people make our shops better, we make our communities better. And when our communities are better, larger communities get bigger too. So, like, seeing that coffee as part of the community is a huge part, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It's cool.
Um,
It's cool.
and the last thing is, what would you get for that coffee lover on your Christmas list?
Oh,
Or, well, what do you want?
holy cow. I know there's nothing. There's nothing. There's not, maybe, ooh, what would I want? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I have everything that I
You
think
have
I
everything.
do. I don't know.
Exactly.
What do I need? What do I need?
Uh,
Oh, maybe I need a hat. Maybe I need some. I can always use more hats.
yes, yes.
I
That
love
leads me into your
that's a rad Grizz hat you've got.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Were you a
to
fan?
support the.
Were you alive when the Grizzlies were playing in the NBA?
I was,
Yeah.
but I'm not a Vancouverite, so I just put this on so that people will be friends with me.
That's why we all wear cool stuff. Yeah. That's why that's why we wear anything, isn't it? So that people will like us, you know?
Exactly, and
Yeah.
make good coffee
And we
so
can
that
make
we
good
can
coffee
all be friends.
when we put our cool hats on. That's it's part of the gig, you know?
So, last question. Who's your next coffee friend?
Oh man. I knew
Give us
you were gonna
somebody
ask me
in.
that.
How'd you know?
So, well, okay, there's one thing I noticed on the list.
Okay.
Um,
I've noticed
there,
a couple things, but
well, the coffee industry's been kind of dictated a little bit by men. I've noticed that in for sure. And so I don't think you've had a woman on yet, have you?
thank you.
Are you trying to hog
I have no control
are you
over
trying to
that
hog the
because
female
you guys have
spotlight for
control over
yourself?
that.
Okay, so I thought I'd throw a really good friend at you. It's a her. Her name is Vanessa. She's
Oh,
the owner of Little Sister Coffee in Winnipeg.
okay.
Yeah, and she's awesome. Don't tell her I said that. I like to try and keep a bit of a distant front or distant kind of from her, and I don't like anyone to think that I like them too much. Except
Well,
you
thank
know what?
you.
There's one person that I really that that I'm down with 100% in coffee. That's Mike Strumpf. I noticed you had him on.
Mike is great. He put
Wow.
forward a couple people just in case I couldn't get a hold of them.
I just watching him and you two together was hold on. No, it was good. But you're gonna like
Amazing.
Vanessa. She's really cool. She owns Little Sister Coffee Maker in Winnipeg. She's also part of the group that is bringing Dogwood Roasters to Winnipeg from Minneapolis
Great.
in their joint business. So that's very cool. I can't wait to taste some of their coffee. And also, Winnipeg's my hometown. So I got to give a shout out to Winnipeg.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Good times all the way
All
around.
right, we'll get off the air first.
Okay.